Religion, The Real Matrix, the book based on African spirituality and mythology from ancient Kemet or Egypt. Written by author Heru Ifangbemi, the book shows that all Western religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, plagiarize from African spiritual systems to come up with their religions. Buy the book on Amazon. Link is in the description box. Let's go.
Facts. And we know you don't got a lot of time, man, so we ain't going to hold you too much longer. But I definitely wanted to ask you one more question because it kind of circles around everything we were talking about. Jalen Rose, he dropped a tweet maybe a couple hours ago. It said this. He said, sadly, during election years, famous blacks are targeted as props to swing votes from their massive followings for a check. If they are willing to go against the best interest of their own people, keep score. Now, this is something in a conversation we've had on this platform since the inception of it. We've called names out on people that we suspect. We don't know. D.L. Hughley's and the other people that promote the Democratic Party so heavy around election time. We like, somebody's putting some money in them motherfuckers' pockets. I don't care what you say. And now we're starting to get confirmation here and there from people within the industry. Talk about that because it all kind of circulates with the fear tactics. You look at who really is promoting, let's stop gun control. One party. So talk about that, how certain celebrities within our culture are paid to put those fears and to put those type of ideals within our community and get them out there in November to vote a certain way, and that ends up biting us in our ass for the next 4 years.
So a few things. One, that's our fault. These people ain't part of our culture. They not at all. Kanye West saying what he said about George Floyd is still more of our culture than these guys telling people to vote Democrat. I want to be very clear. I think that what he said was absolutely wrong. Yeah. Incorrect, factually incorrect. I don't think he should be canceled for it, but it was wrong. And I think that disrespectful shit that he said, along with other things that some taken out of context, he's still more about black culture than the people telling us to vote Democrat.
Yep, for sure.
The people that are telling us to vote Democrat, and the vast majority of them get a check. Mm-hmm. There's no doubt about it. Just like the people trying to get people to vote Republican are getting a check.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm a libertarian. That duopoly, bro, it's the same thing with different colors on it. Did y'all know that brown sugar is white sugar less refined, sprayed with caramel coating, like brown coating?
Sure didn't. That's crazy.
That shit is wild. It's the same shit. They just don't granulate it as much. They let it be clumpier, and they spray it with this brown shit. It's crazy. The same thing, though. My point, though, is that's our fault. If you don't inform yourself, and you got a short memory, right? If you don't inform yourself of what the Democratic Party has done, that was the party of the Klan. That was the party that wanted slavery to continue. That's not me capping for the Republican Party, but the fact of the matter is the 13 first black senators were Republicans. That was a third party at the time to stop and end slavery. That's not saying that they are now highlighting them saying, the GOP right now is weak as hell. Thomas Massey, maybe, Rand Paul, obviously, but these guys come from a libertarian background. They just had to win, but by going, saying they Republican. My point, though, is they damn sure ain't say they Democrat. You can't really know history and say you were a Democrat. These same groups of people don't know that LBJ said his famous line I'll have those niggers voting Democrat for 200 years. Yep. It's not the soil that we come from. It's just not. And it was not beneficial for us. Frederick Douglass, Republican, like super black, fought against slavery, abolitionist, Republican. But the GOP and the Republicans, do they highlight that? They should be screaming that shit from the mountaintops all the day, all the time. And they should be doing things in the communities that they say they want to vote in. But you know what they do? They leave it up to goofballs. Again, I don't go back and forth with women. So I don't argue too much about Candace Owens. But her little sidekick dude, the cop bull, that just always got something to say about black folks when we getting murdered. Mm-hmm. White conservatives will listen to that goofball because it's easy. He's going to say things that the bigot, because not all white conservatives are bigoted. Let me be clear there. But the bigoted portion of the base, they need somebody as a mouthpiece to say the bullshit. Well, you blacks are doing all of the crime. You blacks aren't taking care of your kids. When that has been debunked a bunch of times. Yeah. But they need that black person to say that shit so they could feel like, it's not racist. He said it. He's black. My point in that is you guys in the GOP or the Republican Party have failed at the PR game. My lawyer used to tell me all the time, man, facts don't matter in a court case as much as who could tell the story better. Like, I was accused of fucking rape. I had all of the facts, but I had to tell us. My lawyer had to paint the picture. This is where they was at. He came in there as a 21 and over nightclub. This young lady, he didn't have sex with. It's a travesty. Had to paint the picture right. If I get a drab ass, there's a joke by what's his name, Bill Burr, who's one of my favorite comedians. He was like, no doesn't mean no. He's like, when we talking about Me Too movement and all this other shit, no don't mean no. Like, it just doesn't. He said, no means no. But if you're flirting, he was like, this doesn't mean no. If you, come on, girl, come on. And she's like, no, stop it. You're so bad. Stop that right now. No, oh my God, we're going to get in trouble. This is horrible. Then you get accused of Me Too. Mm-hmm. And then the stenographer read that shit. She said, no, this is bad. Stop. I don't want this. This is going to get us in trouble. No, this is wrong. That's not how, and the joke was, he was like, that's not how she fucking said it.
Right.
So my point in that is the GOP hasn't painted the picture properly. The reason I was able to make like all of the black people in America start buying guns or at least looking at gun ownership differently with our work at Black Guns Matter is because I told the story right. I told the people, if you think that the system is racist, I don't think all of it is, but a lot of it is. One of the most fundamentally systemically racist practices in America is gun control. It was designed to stop you from having the means to defend yourself from Democrats, the Klan. So when I tell that story that way, motherfuckers is like, wait, what?
Yep. Mind blowing.
What the fuck? That's not me telling them, you on a Democratic plantation, you a slave, you ain't shit, I'm not doing that. You get more flies with honey. So that's our fault that they show up. If it was not feasible and it didn't work, they wouldn't be spending the bags they spend on it the way that they do. It's a good return on investment. It's our fault for not making the return bad money. And that's what the work that we're trying to do here. You know, again, shortly we'll be starting up the civics classes. I mean, we got a bunch of stuff here. We got energy healing. We got Reiki. We got street medicine where we do emergency, trauma, right? Street medicine, just everything, health and wellness, all kind of stuff. My point is we're going to add civics to this because civics with a twist, me saying to black people, like, you should be the most American people of all. And I don't mean like on some sellout crazy. I mean, you should be about free enterprise. You should be about limited government, limited, as little as possible. Mm-hmm. You should be about being able to protect yourself. You should be about ending the IRS. You should be about abolishing the Fed. You should be about all of that freedom and patriotic shit. When I show people that in the civics class, they'll start to, change a little bit, in that way. So it only works because we have not made the culture be about getting money and keeping money. We have not made the culture about being sharp. We have not made the culture. It's cool to take care of your community. We got to do that. It's cool. The culture got to be politically educated. I need everybody watching this to know at least 5 of however many city council people you got, or a decent amount. Politics moves the world's resources. So you got to politic, and that don't mean you got to be Democrat, Republican. Look into independent. You don't got to be libertarian. You should look into libertarian. We got a platform. It makes sense, and people should do it. And support the organizations doing the work in your community, man. It's a lot of resources, knowledge, and control that we can have from the local level. We can be very involved and influence those things to benefit our individual rights as well as our collective communities if we all get, our hands on deck on a local level.